Filming a game show out here. It's free to play. I ask you 3 questions. You get all 3 right, you win $40. There's no catch. If you ever wanted to be on a game show, now's your chance. Y'all can play as a group.
Science proves a flat stationary Earth. The Earth is covered with 71% flat level water. It does not conform to the exterior state.
Easy questions, like how many hours are in a day. Easy questions. Filming a game show. Ask you 3 questions. You get all 3 right, you win $40. Free to play. Y'all can play as a family. 3 easy questions.
The Earth ain't flat, bro.
Well, if you believe that, find out what you know about the globe. He's asking questions.
Ask you 3 questions. Free to play. You got nothing to lose.
I want to hear the answers.
All right. In the first question, in the globe model, how long does it take the Earth to spin one time?
I don't know. I didn't good at science.
Just one time. How long does it take to spin?
How
many hours? There you go. 24 hours. Good. 1 for 1. 2 more questions.
All right.
Oh, you lost half your team. All right.
She's okay.
How far away is the sun in the globe model? How far away in miles?
And on the globe
In the globe model, what we're taught in mainstream science, how far away is the sun?
You can take a guess.
Take a guess.
You have a 1 in a billion chance of being right.
A 1 in a billion? 5 miles, bro.
They tell us the sun's 93 million miles away.
Right. I knew it was bullshit.
I ask you one more question.
Yeah.
You get it right, I'll still give you $40. How about that? All right. At the equator, in the globe model, how fast does the Earth spin in miles per hour?
I have no clue.
1,037 miles an hour.
Okay.
So it's spinning faster than the speed of a bullet, right?
I guess
That's
so.
what they're telling us.
Yeah.
Do you feel it moving?
No.
But I thought it's spinning at over 1,000 miles an hour.
But what do you have to prove it's not true?
Well, we got 200 proofs on there. We just ask you to go there and look into it, man. There's a website right there on the front, flatearth101.com, and inside here is 10 of the proofs. All we do is we ask you to look into it. We're not here to convince you of anything, because if we can convince you it's flat, you're no better off than when someone convinced you it was a globe.
It's absolutely no way it's flat, bro.
That's what I thought too. That's what I thought.
How do you figure it is?
No. Tell me how you figure it's not flat.
What's your one proof that you live on a globe?
Other than pictures, because that don't count. Because I can give you a picture of Superman flying over New York, right? So.
We measured the Earth, bro. We had observation for the ratio.
Right, so if you say a picture's not the evidence that the Earth is round, then what proof would you give me that it's not? How did you measure it?
Okay,
bro?
so if it's a sphere, then it has sphericity, which is a calculation that determines how much it drops off at distance. Okay.
It crests at 7 miles.
No, it's 1.225 miles in times the square root of the observer's height in feet. So if you're 1 foot high, the square root of 1 is 1. And then if you're 1 foot off the ground, the horizon should drop off in 1.225 miles. But we put a camera at 1 foot above the water and we see 10 miles out. So that's 10 times larger than what they say it is. And the reason being is because the limit of your eyes is just where the apparent area where the sky meets the ground. That's what's called horizon, right? And they used to say that boats go behind the horizon because it's going over the hump of the earth. But now we have high-powered cameras where we can zoom in and bring the boats back from behind the hump.
See the horizon there? The horizon.
Because there is no hump.
It's behind the furthest oil rig, over 9.5 miles. That's over 10 miles. The geometric horizon, which is the horizon.
The physical
1.2
horizon.
miles. The Earth's curvature should be at 1.2 miles.
So let me ask you this. This is a legitimate question. If the Earth is not round as I see it now,
Right.
what do you say that it is?
Well, we know the water is flat, right? Because water always finds its level. That's why we use water levels
But
to
the
measure
Earth
flat.
itself, not the water
Yeah,
that's
it's kind
on
of
it.
like we've splayed out like this.
Like this model right here.
So the North Pole would be the center, and South would be everywhere outside from the center. So East and West are just concentric circles.
So you're telling me that essentially we're just laying on it.
It's a tabletop.
We're
We're on a giant pond.
A table.
Yeah.
So what causes the water not to crest off the side of the place?
This goes up hundreds and hundreds of feet, and it contains the water.
It's a shoreline.
It's literally
It's a
illegal to
shoreline.
go there.
You want to know what's damn funny?
So
How you say y'all Flat Earth Society, yet that damn
We
thing
are
is a
Flat Earth
fucking
Society.
globe?
That's a psyop. Flat Earth Society actually argues
We're
against
showing why
us.
the globe is
Where's this crest? Why you don't
Just
fall
keeps
off?
going. Keeps going.
It's always
For
something like
infinity.
that. No one
Maybe.
knows what
We
they're
can't
talking
go
about.
there.
So
Maybe.
the Earth,
Okay,
What's the circumference
so
of the Earth? You don't know.
The Earth accumulates space.
This
Yeah,
is
so-
Antarctica, right?
so-
Antarctica is the
We're done
highest
because
point
Hold on.
Earth.
You're giving them too many things at once. You're talking about the space thing, okay? So if you consider the Earth as the basement, space is just the sky. Okay, so that means the ground goes on. So if you wanted to travel to Antarctica, or let's just say Australia, you don't flip to the underside of a ball. You just fly flat over the water, and you'll get to Australia.
So you're discrediting gravity.
Yes. Because gravity is not unnecessary unless it's a spinning ball.
Just a theory.
Density, buoyancy, and
There's
electromagnetism
no
prove
actual
everything.
proof that the Earth is a saucer, as you call it.
No, I don't call it
just
a
showed you the
saucer.
proof,
I
man.
call it a flat
Have you
plane.
gone and tested the
Yeah.
Earth, or you just believe
But
NASA?
there's no discredited information.
You can-
that
I just
you
showed
give
it
me
to
on
you.
this.
Look,
You
I
give
can
me a-
discredit this
But
because it's a physical measurement.
right, but you can't so you say the pictures don't count. However,
Right.
you spend billions and trillions of dollars to send something up into space.
And they
No,
admit
that's
that
what
they're
they're
are
telling you
we
they're doing.
discrediting
They
the
say
Yes,
that they're just
NASA is
cartoons.
all lies.
They
dude.
say it's just cartoons, but on their own website they say
Do
it's
you
not
know?
real pictures.
Do you know who was
What's
the
more
head?
interesting?
Do you know who was the head scientist of NASA
Look,
when they
these mountains
were
from
founded?
250 miles away. If there is the ball, they said it should be hidden by a mile of Earth curvature. So what's up with that? Doesn't matter because NASA and the government told us that the cartoons are real. They admit on the NASA.gov that they're just cartoons.
No, I just find it hard to believe that you're saying that that I can travel and I'm just traveling on a flat plane instead
Yep.
of a sphere.
Right, look, check this. Like,
That
if
makes
you
no
have a-
fucking sense.
Yeah, it does. Yeah, think about it.
When
If
you
have a
talk to
compass-
pilots, they use what's called a gyroscope. It stays rigid in space. They always stay level. They never see a tilt as they're going around the ball. It always stays level.
Wait, you have to think about it. If you have a compass. All right, bro, I got this. Can I talk for just a second? Jeez Louise. If you have a compass, it faces north, okay? That's what we use to go in directions. So if the middle is magnetic and you're going east, it's going north. So you're just updating relative to north going in a circle. It's called circumnavigation. The only way you could prove the Earth is a ball was to do north to south circumnavigation.
Which was go under the
It's
bottom.
literally illegal. The entire world, every major world country, which is a fact, you can look it up, bro. It's called the Antarctic Treaty. You're legally not allowed to go past the 60 south latitude. They all agree it's illegal for us humans to go try to prove it's a ball. So Russia and China and America, we're all enemies except for when it comes to not letting humans go
So
research.
what about all the other planets? They non-existent?
They're just lights in the sky. We can't line on them to find out what they actually are because they're just things. They're
Take a picture of
projections.
it?
Yeah, we have pictures of them.
Yeah.
They're not solid. They move around.
Yeah.
not
When you
static.
when you zoom in on any star or any planet with a high power telescope lens, it looks like it's resonance, like energy, like you see fluctuations in the
solid
light.
mass.
Yes.
It's like light.
It's crazy until you look into it, man. I'm telling you.
All we're asking you to look into it. Don't believe
Or
us,
you
just
believe
look
the
into it.
government, 'cause they
Hey,
never
you
lie.
got a pilot here. You
I'm
got
a former
civil
pilot, and I can
engineers,
tell you, we
craftsmen
never
over
took
here.
curvature into account. And all the times I flew, I've been to 42 countries, all across the plane, and not once do we take curvature into account.
I do civil engineering. You have to figure out where every drop of water is going to go for the next 100 years. And with fluid dynamics, if you consider curvature and spin, the whole model goes crazy.
But you're discrediting gravity. If you take gravity out of the equation, then
All right,
you
look,
probably could.
let me explain gravity.
It would probably be more believable. However, just saying that the Earth couldn't be flat because what's going to happen? It's just going to float. If there wasn't gravity, the ship would just float out, right?
No, look,
No,
see this right
because
here that
you're
falls
still
down, you
believing
think
in
that's
that.
gravity,
You're
right?
still believing in that space thing.
You think this happens
All
to
there is
gravity?
equilibrium.
What else causes it?
Okay,
Equilibrium.
This
There's
is,
nothing under it?
this is more dense than the air, so it falls down. So if I take a beach ball and throw it in the air, it falls down. If I go to the bottom of a pool and let it go, it goes up, right? Because the density of the mediums change. The water's more dense than the air, so it seeks equilibrium. It's called density equilibrium and buoyancy, which is just a provable scientific principle. Gravity isn't, though. So it's supposedly been
That's why they
trillions
call
of
it the
tons of
theory
water
of
around a ball.
gravity.
The butterflies just take off, bro. Helium balloons just defy gravity, bro. Come on, bro.
Explain it all. Tell me,
Just look into it, man.
tell me how you got here, though.
I've researched it for 5 years.
5
I've been
years,
kicked
dude.
off
How
on
did you?
YouTube.
How did you? But how did you become in existence? What do you believe in?
This is the center of everything. It had to be put there, bro. It changes everything, bro.